Hey guys, how you doing? It's Tom. This week on the Vloggy Poos, I don't know what number it is, 26 I'll say, maybe 25, who knows. I'm going to be talking about a couple of things, the first of which I will briefly mention and remind you that Chef Pierre is coming up in 2 days, on Friday. Is it Wednesday today? Yes. I'll be making flapjacks and French macarons, which was suggested by Morgan, as mentioned last time. That'd be fun. I've bought the ingredients already, got all the stuff, got it all set up, ready for Friday. So I'm looking forward to that. Should be a good time. Hopefully I won't fuck up like last time. I probably will. Probably will. My flapjack's gonna be too moist. I can feel it already. Only time in life you want something to not be too moist, you know? Deep words there. And the second thing I want to talk about is D&D. Now, for those of you that didn't see yesterday's D&D and care, spoilers. There will be spoilers, but there's going to be some changes to D&D, and I want to sort of outline those, talk about them briefly. Well, not briefly, however long it takes. So, if you don't want spoilers, I suggest watching the VOD of D&D on Twitch or YouTube. I'm going to upload that tonight. And then coming back to this, because otherwise you will be spoiled if you don't want to be. Cool, so fair warning. And I will talk about it now. So, last night, we TPK'd, basically, which is a D&D term that means total party kill, as in, we died. Ali and I both lost our characters, which sucked. It's always annoying and sad and frustrating when when one of your characters dies. It's just shit, really. You put a lot of time and thought into making them cool, playing them, and yeah, we just sort of died in a really shit way. We just walked into a room and got killed by bandits. Wasn't epic, wasn't cool. It's just D&D combat bullshit, wasn't it really? In 20 armor class, still get hit like 10 times. The pain of RNG. Anyway, so we both died mid episode, and in the aftermath of that, we started planning what's going to be happening next, because obviously when you die, you've got to make a new character. So what we've decided we're going to be doing is a slightly different format than what we've been doing in the recent weeks since Dread of Night ended and Fondle started. We've been doing a sort of 3 weekly DM split on average. Sometimes we get to 4, sometimes last only 2. So what that means is Chibi and Ali both DM 3 weeks at a time usually, or like a little story module at once, and then we complete it and they swap. This time in season 2, as we're dubbing it, of Roll for Fondle, Ali will be DMing the whole thing. It's going to be more sort of persistent than what we were doing previously. It's not going to be, well, this is the impression I get, at least anyway. We'll see. It's not going to be like one-off contained adventures, right? It's going to be a persistent world, because Ali is big into like world building and stuff. So we're going to be characters that exist in this world, that do things in the world, that affects the world and stuff. Instead of doing a short little adventure and then going for a portal to somewhere else entirely, we're going to be in the same area doing stuff in that world. So that'll be fun. Me and Chibi have we finalised, and I've completed my character creation now. I'm going to iron out some more backstory stuff, but I know what I'm going to be playing, as does Sheebs. Sheeb's going to be playing a human rogue, and I'm going to be playing a half-elf ranger called Petra. And I thought of a cool backstory for her. Did I talk about it? I don't know, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. But the plan for the adventure is that my character and Sheeb's character are going to be sort of Secret Service-like people. We're going to be sent out on missions to, do secret undercover stuff. It's going to be less combat-focused than Season 1 was. Season 1 was very, very heavy on combat. And because there are only 2 of us, it led to a lot of situations where we were just kind of getting wrecked all the time, And it kind of led to our death as well. Well, obviously, combat leads to your death. That's dumb. What I mean is, we had this conversation on the stream. Like, because there was so much combat and there was only 2 of us, we desperately needed our spell slots, and we desperately needed to be at full health. So we were constantly taking short rests to be at full health. We were constantly taking long rests to be at full health with spell slots back, And on the day yesterday, I sort of, for whatever reason, I started to feel like it was getting a bit boring for viewers. Like I have this, I feel like I have a responsibility to keep the show entertaining, and it feels like stopping the action to take a break from my perspective just wasn't that. So on that episode specifically, I got a bit overzealous with the not resting thing. And instead of resting like we should, and we walked in at, I was about half health, which was stupid. But that's why I did that in my head. It's dumb really, because like as Chibi was saying, a lot of the most entertaining things happen while we take rests. Like fucking Sad Fishy, that was great. That was during a rest. So yeah, mistake on my part. But this new campaign, season 2, is going to be more, because there are two types of D&D games, right? There are the types that focus on combat and the types that focus on more social interactions. And this is going to be focused a little bit more to the social side than season 1 was, which should be nice because, like I was saying on the stream as well, that's sort of my playstyle. Like I like to interact with the other characters. I like to think outside the box with solutions. But when it's so combat focused, and you have a party of people that are also combat focused, it's easy to get like shut down when you try and think of ways that aren't just run in and fight shit, So she's a veteran of D&D. She's played a lot of D&D, and she's also an intelligent person. Like she will definitely be an out of the box thinker in terms of this kind of stuff, So her experience and her just generally being a smart person is gonna help me to improve my play and to think outside of the box more as well. So it should be good. It should be interesting to see how the two of us as players combined solve problems that are thrown at us, because we're playing characters, both of us, that are nowhere near as combat focused as our last characters. Like Caius, my first character in Dread of Night, the paladin, he was very, very in your face, punch shit. He would literally punch people in the face. Massive greatsword. Oswald, pretty similar, in your face. He was pretty much a tank, even though he's a cleric. Don't traditionally think of clerics as tanks, but they can be. Oswald definitely was, but this time we're both playing characters that are not quite as in your face. I'm a ranger, so I'm never going to be on the front lines. I've got some short swords just in case, and she's a rogue, so not designed at all for like one-on-one fighting. Designed to fucking sneak up behind people and shank them in the back. So it should be interesting to see how we handle these things. We're very stealthy characters. We both got pretty high stealth. We're very light, There should be a lot of sneaking through places, staying stealthy, hopefully one-shotting things with a surprise arrow to the head or a surprise knife to the kidney. And that's an entirely different style to how it was before, where we just ran in and killed shit. And I think it's gonna expand my horizons with D&D, because like I was saying before, my characters before were very similar, and I felt myself becoming slightly formulaic because I don't really like playing in anything in fantasy, specifically characters that are like mages or rangers or anything that isn't a tank. Basically, I love to play tanks. I love to play fighters. I always play the paladin or the warrior or the whatever. So it's going to be I thought in theory it'll be a little bit of a it's a second choice really, isn't it? It's not the thing that I wanted, but D&D, as I was saying as well yesterday, I've got to put myself into more D&D mindset. I'm thinking of my distaste for these classes based on other games that I've played, usually video games, whereas D&D is not a video game, it's a role-playing game. You've got to think about these things differently, and I think that playing a different type of character will make me a better player, should be interesting for me to see how I play it, and hopefully will be interesting to you guys, because that's another thing, I didn't want it to be formulaic and boring for you guys. I didn't want you to see all my characters and go, oh well, he's just playing the same character again. There's always, when you make characters in D&D, there's always a part of yourself that goes into them, right? There's always an aspect of your personality that is put into the character, and this is true for my new character as much as it has been for the other two, in various ways. And so that's always going to be the same. That's always going to be formulaic. There's always going to be a part of you that goes into a character, but it's an entirely different style of play than what I'm used to. and what you guys have seen. So it should be fun. Hopefully, it should be fun to play and should be fun to watch as well. I know there are a few of you that really do enjoy it, so that's nice. You're right there, Fudge. Is he dying or is he snoring? He's probably chasing a dog in his dream or some shit. But yeah, that brings it about to a close, I think. That's kind of what I want to talk about this week, just D&D, where it's going in the future. It's still going to be every Tuesday, same time, same place. Nothing has changed apart from the format, the setting, the style of the show. And as I said, Ali will be running this entire thing until whenever the next big change happens, I imagine. So it should be very fun. I've always wanted to, because I'm not a veteran player like Jeeves is. I'm actually not sure how much experience Ali has playing D&D. It's more than me, for sure, definitely, but I'm not sure she's... It's somewhere in between me and Jeeves, I believe. And it should be... I've always wanted to play in a sort of persistent world, I've never had the chance to, as of yet. So that should be really, really interesting and fun for me, which would be nice. I love D&D, and I've enjoyed both shows that we've been part of very much, and I look forward to seeing where this one goes in the future, and I hope you guys do. Do too. Boosh. Nailed it. So yeah, that'll do it for this week. Friday, of course, Chef Pierre, like I said, and also Tom's Literature Corner. I haven't quite decided what I'm doing for it this week. It won't be anything original, that's certain. I don't know what I want to do. I'm going to talk to some people, I think, see if there's got any recommendations or requests. But yeah, we'll see. Something will be out on Friday. It'll be good, hopefully. Yeah, that's about it. Sessions vlog on Saturday, as always, and regular stream, the last one of the week, tomorrow. Should be good shit. See you guys around. Have a good night. Peace.